YouTube and Twitch are okay. They are both currently muted. Okay.
Alright, hey, maybe it's a good thing that I'm not playing a super high intensive game, because I remember what happened last time was that, what happened last time was that, the stream health was going,
Was like really bad because
I was playing, like,
Warhammer 40k, and that game was like really intensive, right? And so it was really choking up my computer because it's trying to stream, and then it's trying to stream, and then also running that really high power game.
Hey, Nicoline, what's up? Yeah, you can ask a question. I mean, that's what the stream is for, is to ask lots of questions. By the way, can everyone hear me in there?
Maybe I should just
Just leave the Discord already. Thanos car? Well, Sayori's route did used to have a bus almost hit her, so you could call that the Thanos car.
Alright. Hopefully I'm also using my boom mic this time around, so hopefully I won't have to like turn away every time I have to cough, and you guys will hear the really scratch sound of the microphone. It's like the worst thing when I'm going through the audio later, and it's just like, I tried to edit them out, but it's just so annoying. I have to manually edit every single one of them out. So I might not actually fix the audio for that Warhammer 40k stream just because it's way too much work. So yeah, that should be fun. We're just gonna wait for like until about 7 o'clock, maybe 7:03 before we start. Oh, Aver, what's up? I am streaming DDLC, so I might actually have to leave the Discord chat. Say hi.
Hi.
Hey. Okay.
Oh, you got okay.
Yeah, no insurgency tonight, so we can't play survival.
Oh no, I'm in for the stream.
Oh, you're in the stream?
Or
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, this is actually secretly an insurgency stream. We're gonna go get shot like 10,000 times now.
Alright.
Cool.
Well, I have my
McDonald's milkshake, not sponsored by McCafe. I get vanilla, by the way.
I don't really like chocolate milkshakes.
Unless they don't have vanilla, in which case I wonder how the hell they actually ran out of vanilla. Whipped cream is always good. Always get whipped cream on your milkshakes. If you don't, you're a soulless monster, or either that, or for some reason they don't have whipped cream on the milkshakes. In which case, go get your milkshakes from somewhere else. And then, yeah. Chocolate ice cream is good though, but I'm still a vanilla guy. Let's see.
Where's my water bottle?
Ooh, I was super scared getting my water bottle out because I was like, oh, please don't be leaking. Actually, I really dislike strawberry. Well, I like strawberries, but I really dislike strawberry flavored things. That I can't stand. By the way, can everyone in the chat hear me? Am I like, okay, I was working on trying to get it, or do I need to turn it up louder? Because right now I was experimenting with my settings. Oh. Yeah, JV, I know you're using the Discord audio. What about everyone else? So if you can't hear me, let me know right now. I do, but I was too lazy to program one or like get one. So excuse me. I was gonna be really lazy and just grab. Yeah, that's what I meant. Grab one, not program one. Oh my god, I don't want to program one. Dude, you know how much work that is? Like, I mean, I could do it, but I wouldn't want to do it. That's the thing. Okay, anyways, I'm probably gonna go use the bathroom now. Because, like I said, this route is freaking long. Every person who I've streamed, every person who I've watched their stream is always like, "Holy shit, it's finally over at the end," because it's like it's so long. Anyway, so I'm gonna get a break. I might take a break in the middle to get some yogurt. But yeah, okay, I'll be right back. Alright. There we go. No. Oh, you're going back to Lenin Land? For anyone who doesn't know, Lenin is like Toho, but everyone's an asshole. It's like a good way of describing it. Also, let me see. Do I have access to the... There we go. So yeah, unlike everyone else who plays this game, I have access to the console commands. I'm just testing that just in case I need to use this. But yeah, so no one else has that. So I always have to be very careful when I was right before we would release it. I had to be really careful not to give the to make sure I disable the console commands everywhere. Because I was really bad about it. Instead of just having the console commands be activated at one point, I think I ended up scattering them across like 4 files or something like that. So I had to hunt down every single place where like developer dot or config.developer was on, and that was a real mess. It's because I was trying to disable it for some points and then re-enable it when you would get onto a route, so I could like skip around. By the way, this is what made debugging the Natsuki route really annoying for me to verify changes, was because my programming practices for Natsuki route are really bad. Everything is contained in 2 massive functions. And every other route is like each scene is its own like label. So what happens is that, let's say I want to test the Monika festival scene, I can do call Monika route the festival, and it will go. But then for like the Natsuki route, if I wanted to say like call this random scene in the middle, I would have to just like skip all the way to it instead of just being able to call the scene through the console. By the way, because of that, I can also change my name. So yeah. Anyways, it's like 7 o'clock. I think we can start. Because I think we're going to try to get up to the festival today. I just got to double check. I have to also get my Google Doc open and my programming files open. I have not configured OBS to like make it easy for me to show, so I'm going to probably screenshot and then just like show. No, I'm not calling myself Fog. I'm surprised that some people haven't found the Easter eggs though. I figured that some people would try like the really easy Easter eggs, like the standard ones, right? There's a few standard Easter eggs, or so I would say. So I'm surprised that no one's found them, except for the people who were smart enough to decompile the code. In which case, you kind of like half cheated, but hey, it took people a while to find it even with the decompiled code anyways. Okay, anyways, hold on. I have to figure out what did I call this one? I don't remember any of the labels. Okay, cool. So we're going to start now. So yeah, it doesn't ask for your name. So for here, there's actually 3 choices that will let you get to the Monika route once you've unlocked it. This was because we were very picky about how you could get onto the Monika route. We figured like only having one choice, like just this choice alone would really suck. And then also the poem game has like some element of randomness to it, but it's not too bad. We were gonna we considered having you just go through one, like if you wrote a poem for each person, but then it was kind of like difficult because then you'd have to anticipate each day, which means you'd have to change the dialogue like 9 times or so. And I'm lazy, so I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna do that. So we'll just go through here real quick. So you can either say it feels different, or you can say it just feels like any other, which will carry you on to the next choice. Yeah, you guys all know this scene. This one was the obvious one. You could say, okay, well, she's still depressed, or she's been sleeping in recently. And that continues on to the next one. And then, you know, here we go. And then it keeps the dialogue the same if you don't. And then we're just going to keep going. And then this is like the big one where it's like, have you decided on a club? And here we go. You can say yes, or we're going to say yes, so we go on to the Monika route. This was like this was a pain to kind of program. Because it's like, you had to keep track of where exactly you locked yourself onto the Monika route, because depending on that, you could have like several branches of dialogue. Technically, I think there's like with counting, there's like 8 different ways you could go, so you had to really go as if my destined meeting was just around the corner. Yep. So, you know, it was kind of pretty obvious what was supposed to happen. So here we go. Hopefully there's no more typos. Man, the first week was just like, oh my god, there is way too many goddamn typos. Alright. Let's see. Man, I was like non-stop typing all that day. Let me see. So I'm just gonna keep going. Okay, so there was also another choice. I'm looking at the Google Doc. There was another choice that said, maybe I should sleep some more, or maybe I should, or go to the literature club. That was okay. That was actually the one choice, I think, before, that would determine whether or not you went to the Monika route or not. Yeah, I found a typo in the first. Yeah, but so what happened was we decided on this one. Let me see if I can. Yeah, let me. Whatever. But essentially, you said sleep some more or go to the literature club, and that was like your one big choice. It was really dumb. And then, so then that's why we had the 3 other choices, but it was kind of like really weird. The whole point was if you went straight to the literature club, it was supposed to set the trigger off to change everyone's personalities. Oh hey Ninja, I still have your comments here, so I can tell when we would hit a joke area with the room. As we're going through this, I'll point out where the joke comments were, because Ninja found out I really, really like the room. Hey, there we go. So this is where I got to have some fun with the script, because you're essentially going off script. Because Sayori's supposed to be the one that brings you here, and then it's like, what the hell are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here. You're like, yeah, I'm here for club. Maybe I should have specified that Sayori like came and tackled you from behind or something like that. Yeah, that's me. So, yeah, this one. I don't know. How do people feel about not using any of the old music, by the way? Because I think like some people had some reservations about not having any of the new music once you hit the new portions of the mod. Yeah, Sayori is like your super wingman in the Monika route, by the way. Yeah, this is where I got to have fun, because Monika's like very slightly annoyed that you're not supposed to be here, so it's like, what's going on? We skipped the opening scene with the interlude scene, because what happens is that you finish the third girl's route. She gives you the normal spiel, but then she says, yeah, there's one last thing. Here's, like, oh, you didn't have a branch condition go off to end the game, blah, 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 blah. So technically at this point here, because you can, with the openings, what's supposed to be implied is that Monika is saying, okay, fine, like, I'm going to play along with what's going on, but, so here, the implication is she thinks that you're still playing through the game normally, but now you're, like, horrendously off script. Right, so she's trying to figure out what's happening in the background. Especially because it's someone I know. Yay, we can celebrate a new member. But yeah. Yeah. What are you doing here? Get the hell out. I'm not being deleted by you again. I still found it really amusing that someone actually got the, with the new music, there are long periods where no music would play. I think that was mostly, I would want to say that was mostly the Natsuki route that was guilty of that, because I really overused Dusk, like the dramatic track, because there were no other really super dramatic tracks, so I was like, whatever, I got what I got, I'm just gonna play Dusk all the time. So yeah, if we had another dramatic track, I think I would have swapped back and forth, but that's what we have. Also, yeah, Natsuki route is Dusk Simulator, Until Dusk. Do you ever get that feeling of deja vu? Hello. You can't see it right now, but I'm giving my middle finger back too. Just Dusk. Should I patch it in? I will patch it in for you, JV, where there will be a line where MC asks, "Do you ever get that feeling of deja vu?" I'm gonna do it. I can do it too, right? I have all the code files.
You still have a doc that tracks the amount of music use of each track. Oh my god. Oh. It may have been a scripting problem, but sometimes there wouldn't be music playing for a while. Yeah, that might have been not the that might have been the what is it? Natsuki route. That was really guilty of that. Can I get you some canned coffee? By the way, we are sponsored by Key Visual Arts, who has Key Coffee. So, yeah. We are hashtag not sponsored, by the way. So, yeah. The trick was kind of just to, like, yeah, you're more interested in anime and video games. Yeah, Sayori sold you out. Hey, what's going on? Sure, watching anime and visual novels is fun, but I thought reading books might be good too. You know, has anyone made a mod? Oh, yeah. The image is stretched because of my OBS settings. I tell it to be stretched to my... I have the transform stretch to screen instead of fit to screen, because then like the weird bars and everything, I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure out my settings and everything later, but like whatever, I'll figure it out some other time. I'll figure it out when my production value goes up. You know, has anyone made a mod where you join the anime club yet, by the way? I'll be surprised if there hasn't been one. No one's made one yet? That's a surprise. I thought that was like a done deal mod. I would have figured someone would have made one by now. Let's see. So, most of the... Oh, I'm not making that. I am not programming that. See ya. Bye. Nope, not happening. No one's ever... Yeah, because that would require you to make an entirely new cast. You share a room with 4 disgusting weebs. Okay, so... So pretty much it would be a self-insert, right? The immersion would be like 110%. So, yeah, we can read most of these scenes here, like in the beginning, are just straight up like copy paste. By the way, like, except for the small edited portions where Monika's talking, everyone here is almost the text. All the text here in the beginning is like exact. Oh yeah, this is where I got to do my tee hee hee. Squeeze that little nugget in of reference where, you know, drop the parfait girl's name. Everyone's looking at you with shocked expressions because that series is actually for 7-year-old girls, MC. Yeah, it doesn't sound... I got lured in by the cover. MC is a lolicon confirmed. So, when is someone making Parfait Girls, by the way? I should tweet out at Dan and be like, Dan, can I get your official permission to write Parfait Girls? I feel like I would be a bad person to do that because what would happen is I would turn it into... I would ask what it's supposed to be, and if he says it's a magical girl story, I would be instantly the worst person to make it because God knows it would go terribly. I tried to write a magical girl story one time and ended up I tried to make it really happy, and I tried to make it nice
and like nice and jovial and a parody of the magical girl genre, it turned into the main character. It turned into like, it wasn't Sailor Moon. No. Okay, yeah. When you call me you're a Butcher fan, okay, so what happens is that the main cast actually goes up against the invading bug hive, essentially, and they don't expect to win. What they do is they go in there just to they just want to make a statement and kill as many of the enemy invading creatures as possible. Hey, it was supposed to be a parody of the magical girl genre, okay? That's what it started off as. And then it became slowly more dark. Like, it was supposed to be funny that that the main character's mom was originally a magical girl too before she retired, but then it turned into, oh wait, yeah, the main character's mom used to be a squad of like 15 magical girls, but then only about 4 of them are still alive. And they all have varying amounts of like PTSD. So that was fun. Yeah. There was like mind screwing and everything. Like one of the enemies that they fought literally just like injected itself into your mind and pretty much preyed on your worst fears. It was good. Good times. Magical Girl Retirement Center. Oh, do you know that's actually a pretty good idea for a story though? Like just like a normal worker in the Magical Girl Retirement Center. Also, someone saying just do Food Wars with a focus on desserts. I think I would be more fan of like Bento, but with desserts, because Bento is pretty much just Fight Club. I still have that. I'm gonna write code. I already have to write code for school. Okay. I'm not going to write it as a visual novel. Yeah, let's go home, Sayori. Everything's different. Just what's going on. There we go. Just, yeah, who was I planning to meet at the literature club? It's not like you could already tell based on all the dialogue. It's almost like it was fate. It's almost like you were told that you had to go by a mysterious force. Monika was coughing and kind of tired, so everyone knows what that means, right? It means Monika's gonna die of anime cough. So on day 2, she actually coughs up blood, and that's when you know she's actually going to die. Just remember, anyone who gets a cold in anime dies. So yeah, this was more, these little tiny scenes were like tee-hee-hee, making more references to the fact that this is all of the union of the routes. Oh look, I bought a random book and it just happens to be the Portrait of Markov. Oh my god, what are the chances? Oh geez. It's almost like I'm pandering to everyone who's read across all the various routes. Oh, it's almost like this book should have some inexplicable random value for me that you can't explain. Oh geez, I wonder what that is. This weird feeling hasn't gone away. It's the feeling of foreknowledge. Oh, I guess I can try to write about that. My entire poem is just... Do you ever get that feeling of deja vu? That's my entire poem. By the way, the poem game and the Monika route doesn't matter at all. You can pick whatever the hell you want. I just call the poem just for that illusion that you still actually have the poem. So that's... So everyone who, if you spent time trying to perfectly balance your poem runs in the Monika route, I'm so sorry for all the time that you used. The poem game didn't even matter for the Monika route. It doesn't even change the reactions.
I actually coded the reactions that everyone, no matter what poem you write in the Monika route, everyone gives you the medium reaction. It was originally the good it was originally the good reaction, but then it was kind of awkward because what would happen is that Yuri would give you that really sweet confessional and Natsuki would give you like the really up close and personal poem, and I was like, that doesn't really work unless we're turning this into a harem route, which I'm not. And unless we're turning this into the everyone wants to get into MC's pants, but he actually only wants Monika. So, I forgot to turn back streamer mode on. Yeah, enable streamer mode. Yeah, one of my friends has messaged me. But, so essentially it was just to, everyone gives you the medium response, so that way it looks like everyone's neutral to your poem. And no one gives you like the really overt, oh my god, I love your poem, and on day 3, I already want to sleep with you reaction. Glad to see you came back. You didn't run away on us. You'll also notice, I think, like, the Natsuki route, there are some awkward transitions. And same for the Sayori route, because what happens is I was still kind of learning Renpi exactly. And then by the time the Monika route came around, I kind of like fully understood how to do all the transforms and everything. But then I never actually went back and fixed everything. So I'm so sorry, Ninja. I used the Natsuki route to learn Renpi. So if there's weird awkward cuts between scenes and some of the transitions look off, that's because I was still learning. But I am going to justify it in that you made me spend 40 minutes of my life trying to getting your stupid name backwards gag. That took me 40 minutes. It's true. I wanted to broaden my horizons, so I went to the literature club instead of the BDSM club. I mean, you can really broaden your horizons there, right? I was already lying in bed, so I was already halfway there. Saw the flyer and everything kind of clicked. It's fine. Yeah, I was worried about becoming a NEET. You almost set your house on fire. Good job, Sayori. So yeah, all of this is pretty much just let's see. So this was just more like club interaction scenes. Yeah, Sayori has the artillery cannon in her closet. So yeah, this was just to make it look more like the club was more unified in the Monika route. And then we have the Monika exclusive scenes. So let's see. I gotta jump to where it is in my where am I? I gotta jump down to it in the in here. Okay. Hey, there we go. Sup, Monika. So we joke that Monika has an NTR fetish because she's always like, "Hey, go tap someone else," even though I really like you. Yeah, she really doesn't want to talk to you. Fortunately, MC doesn't know what social acceptance is. Yeah, a lot on her mind. Let's see. Are there any other good lines? So this was supposed to kind of just be like, trying to get to sort of foreshadowing what Monika's conflict was supposed to be. So, and this is kind of like, because the aim for the Monika route is to blend the MC and the player, sort of. So the player understands Monika's plight, but MC doesn't, and so she straight up tells him this right here, like, you know, you had all the control you ever needed, and then it was taken away from you, and it's like right there, right in your face, and then kind of just, you know, get control back, or at least feel like you had it back. You know, I thought that was a sort of okay answer. And then, you know, sometimes you can't deal with things, so you just have to go with it. Something normal that real humans totally say. It's because Monika's not a real human. She's a robot. Or she's a lizard person. So, there we go. Monika has something weighing down on her a lot. Thanks for asking. Trust me a lot. Must be dealing with something pretty heavy. Yeah. Sure, you can share it with the other club members too. So, you know, MC's still not completely aware of the situation. Sometimes you just know that people might not be able to help. Think of God, you think. What was that line? That you think that of them. Okay. I can't read. Despite what people may think, I can't read. Look at the time. Alright. Alright. So, this one, Detroit, DDLC become human. Okay, I'm gonna skip Sayori, Yuri, and Natsuki because, like I said, they are all the exact same. Several r/DDLC fanatics are typing. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get crucified now, right? Because I said that Monika's not a real person, so that means I'm gonna die, right? Like, I probably have. There's a swarm of angry people coming onto my location as we speak. Monika is real and she loves me. So Monika gets a different response this time around. That bad? No. I was lying in bed when I thought about that feeling. So the MC wrote this poem. Yeah, I was too lazy to change the translation text. Yeah. So, you know, most of it was a blur. Okay. Keep exploring. Yep. So that was, you know, I probably should have, what is it? I didn't change any of Monika's poems, actually. I feel like I should have, but, I didn't. I probably should, but, oh well. I'm pretty sure that yep, here it is. Put it, you could say, Epiphany lately. Most of Monika's text is not changed here, I think. Most of the text is changed once as is the reaction to your poem. So a little more stressful. Yep. Yeah. Everyone knows what scene's coming up here. Yep. Here we go. Ah, the fog-free zone. This is good civilization. Give it about 7 hours. I also liked making the MC a little more savvy in this one. So as soon as you hear Yuri say, hey, even MC liked my poem, and MC immediately says, oh, I know where this is going.
Oh yeah, we actually got to use Poem Panic here, just because this was such like a nice little iconic scene. Alright, here we go. We have some of the choices that this is in the latest build. You can see the console commands get called, and so this was supposed to sort of imply that the player was interacting with the game. When's the remind where MC is an incel? That's funny. But so yeah, this is in the latest build. This is as of build version 1.1. And so this was supposed to sort of show that the player is interacting further with the game. Because I think like some of the scenes that I wrote didn't stress it too much. So this was supposed to make it a little more explicit rather than be subtle the whole time. So you can see that the player is clearly influencing something. And, you know, most people assume that Monika's behind the console, but you can tell that after a while that, no, it's not Monika behind the console. So you saw that it removes the poem, it removes the other choices, and adds Monika's scene. And so you yell, Monika! And then she's visible confusion. Yeah, the build that introduced the Sayorian option at the end. I still love how you guys flipped out over that one. I thought it was actually a pretty fun thing to say. Thing stops for a second. You know, you yell for Monika. I could swear this wasn't, and because this isn't how it's supposed to go. So then she steps out in front and starts lecturing everyone. You know, no need to argue. Absolutely disgusting. Hey, look. I thought it was much better than just having ... at the end, okay? I'm gonna post a picture about that on the Discord. Definitely not. Alright, off to make some tea. Dearest friend. I'm surprised no one's edited the image to say you'll always be my dearest friend. Because frankly, I was expecting someone to already edit that in. But you know, on the other hand, maybe I've edited it in this latest build that we're going to get there. And you guys are going to see you'll always be my dearest friend. I don't know. Talk about a low blow. Good job. Helping with what just happened. It sounded like I was about to get involved, so I panicked. There we go. Hooray! It was alright, mostly. Yeah. Great, let's do the same. So, the thing is that the timing is really weird with DDLC, I think. Where the club meets every day, and I don't know. I don't know how things are with, like, Japanese schools, but, you know, if there's anything to go by Persona 3, clubs don't meet every day. I thought it was really strange, too, that this club would meet every day, because I'm used to it where clubs meet weekly, or bi-weekly at least. But this club seems to meet successively on every day. So that's kind of like a weird, that was like one weird thing that we had to look into. So I don't know exactly how, I mean, we decided to roll with it and not really call much attention to it. Anyways, yeah, this is mostly... yeah, Monika. Let's see. So this scene is mostly unchanged. Yeah. Yeah, you know, yeah. So that was the thing, is that for most of my experience and for most people, clubs don't meet every day. Usually clubs meeting every day is like something special. You stickler during the not ending about the timeline of the route when they went to school. Yeah, it was I don't know, cause like you had time skips in there, so I was like, are they still going to school? Are they not? Uh, so the Monica route used to take maybe like a week, and then a week and a half, then 2 weeks. Then I extended it to 3 weeks just so that way there would be some time, because it was like the pacing was all weird when I tried to compress it all into about the span of 10 days. Unable to control things. Yep, so this is another one of those foreshadowing scenes, like, oh, I don't really know how to describe the feeling of not being in control. Not being in control, something like that. I guess I can write about it. Not specifically to impress Monica, because she's still way out of my league. Alright. You know, I'm kind of surprised. You know, I did like some of the bug fixes, though, because some people, like, somehow people got the ghost menu. So, the thing with the ghost menu is I'm pretty sure you had to be on Act 2 to get the ghost menu, and we told people, have a clean install from Act 1. So, I did not, like, everything I did was assuming you had a clean install from Act 1, so there were a lot of bugs that were just like, like the Yuri auto kill bug, I think, had to deal with that people were in Act 2, because you would, like, your label would get messed up because you weren't going to the main menu. Or something like that, and so it would like toss you around. Let's see, usual scene. What do you mean? Don't you dare? Speaking of which, kind of hungry. Yep. This scene is pretty much exactly the same. Don't I dare add a harem ending. This is not a brand new day. The harem ending would probably be in the Easter egg menu. I would add a thing that you would just jokingly have a harem ending. It wouldn't be anything actually like happen. Actually, what happened was that I was just writing a script mostly just for kicks and giggles, where DDLC was being recorded as like a film or a TV series, and so like the new and so it was sort of like there was a director character, because this happened after I wrote the Easter eggs, where, if you haven't seen the Easter eggs, there is a director person in there, so I was running with that gag as far as I could. And what happened was that the director and Monika had history as they went through as they were preparing to record, and so like Monika apparently had to come back into show business because she needed the money. And because this was also when we were joking about how how Monika looks almost a little tiny bit like Springfield, that the reason why Monika needed the money was that she was paying people a lot of money under the table to keep quiet about her assaults when people would ask her to cosplay as Mom Gun, also known as Springfield. And so that's why she was back in show business. It was mainly just like a very silly thing. But yeah, I would not make it because that would mean I would have to code it, also known as "Ha! Not happening." Yeah, the scene is like completely unchanged. I should probably just skip past it. Oh, there we go. I'm pretty sure this, yeah. Yeah, this scene is like completely unchanged. I sort of copy pasted this one, I think. Just because there were a lot of scenes. There were a lot of scenes where I was like, well, I don't need to change anything, so I'm not going to change anything. Ah, here we go. Here's a different scene. Well, no, Monika didn't... well, Monika didn't buy Sayori's artillery cannon in the Easter eggs. Monika just borrowed it. Also, choosing to name Monika's personal artillery squad the Thought Police was, that was kind of fun. Alright. How many times do you... I swear. I abused the whole, oh, I snuck up on Monika thing. It was probably because I played a lot of Assassin's Creed. So, still have ketchup on my face. Let's go put into words. Don't know what Monika's going through, other than... You know what? You know what I realized? Is that with the way that Monika's talking, like having power and then having it taken away from you, Monika is really just in a child custody battle. This entire route is just a very big allegory for child custody battles. He'll be held back by me. I'm sure you'll be a lot happier if you stick around. So this was supposed to sort of show Monika like really pushing you away. Because the whole point is this is like all set up for the big part at the end. You can tell that, like, you know, she doesn't want to, that, you know, you're reaching out. Oh. Final option being, I'm leaving you with your mother, and 2, I'm adopting you too. But yeah, so essentially, you can tell that, you know, she's still trying to figure, this is sort of the point where she's still trying to figure things out. And, you know, still pushing you away because it's like, something's wrong. Anyways, Sayori, Natsuki, and Yuri's poem are all unchanged, so we can skip past that. Actually, I think the whole common route thing is what drags a lot of people down, is that it's writing going, it's going okay, not that bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself with a masterpiece. That's not happening. Get friendly with everyone else, but because since Monika has an NTR fetish, what she really means is, please fuck one of the other girls and let me watch. Is that what happens in Purist Mod 2? This entire mod is actually just a big setup for like the DDLC porno. We went through all of this really bad acting just so we could have like a really contrived version to have like to have a like cuckold shot. Just harem. What did you just hear? You heard the actual grand unifying theory about this mod. Is this canon? I don't know. I mean, it could be. It's weird. Hey, it's okay. Just remember, all things return to the fog, so it would be washed away eventually. So here, several people are typing. Here's another sort of mini foreshadowing scene. Monika seems to be hiding some other self of hers behind being the club president. Okay, this is not going to turn into the time where I said I was not going to talk about lollies and then proceeded to talk about lollies for like 10 minutes. Especially because the police station is like 2 doors down. So we're not going to talk about that. If we add a porno scene, doesn't this mean the translators have to translate it too? Only if they are above
whatever the age is for consuming that. Does that mean we have to slap a age restriction on this mod? Or can we just patch it? Like, you know, you get this, you buy the Steam clean version, and then you download you download the patch, and that lets you play the not vanilla version. So yeah. So you can tell there's a lot. Stop, we're trying to be with you. Stop resisting. Sell the patch like a black market item. Oh my god, that'd be great. Glad you're here now. You have a very unique writing style. So yeah. Part of it was like, for me, making a lot of the things for the Monika route were like, just, I don't need to have big segments just yet in the beginning to establish her character. I just need like very small lines that explain, that say a lot. And one of the lines that I liked about that is coming up here, I think, in her writing tip of the day. So, like, right around here, writing tip of the day, sometimes you will find yourself facing a difficult decision or about to go a path down you would regret. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind. And this line was really fun for me just to change right here. Or if you decide to spare yourself from pain. I really liked having this line here because it was supposed, like, this one line I felt tells you a lot about her character. Like, sort of what she's thinking right now. You know, you don't need a ton. You don't have to have this big paragraph about, like, I don't want to feel pain. All you have to do is change this one line right here where she says, saving your game and loading it will let you spare yourself from having to go through pain. And I think that was a pretty good choice. There were some parts where I think were better compressed than others. But you already know that, don't you? And so that's a slight dig at the player that's like, yeah, because, you know, it's supposed to kind of imply, hey, remember when you were about to go on the bad end, but then you saved and stopped it from then you loaded and stopped it from happening? Thanks for listening. Okay. Done reading. Okay, so this scene, this scene is, I think, 100% the same as the original. So I'm going to probably skip through it because this scene is exactly the same. Alright. I need some water. There we go. So, yep. Use. Oh yeah, Wingman Sayori. Maybe you should try walking home someone else. Let's go. Let's see. Yeah, so I'm drinking water, man. Let's say one day Monika asked to walk home with you. What would you do? I'm not fapping on stream. Oh, right, yeah, so this is... What happens here is that some people say, oh, I can't save my game. No, you can. The issue is that Renpy is very picky about when you show the box and when you don't. So, like, you have to have... So what happens is... Let's see. I can... Would still walk home... So, what I should have done is place the... What is it? You can see this well here.
this well should go would be moved one line down, and so then you would just get the box here that would say well. I mean, it could be called renp or it could be renpy because it's a Python. I just call it renp because it's ren.py, so it might as well be renp. But yeah, so if the choices disappear, that's unintentional. I could probably fix it right now, actually, but I'm probably not. Walk home with Monika. So, you know, this scene doesn't really change much. Pretty much once you're on the Monika route, you're on the Monika route. Like, it's not changing anything. Don't forget about me. So, alright. Ren.py. I mean, perfect. No, I'm gonna stick with renp. Or just because that's what I've been calling it this whole time, and so it'd be really weird if I started calling it something else. Last one here again. It's okay, only got a few here minutes ago. Being nice. It's true though. Yeah, practicing piano. A lot of determination, picking up piano. Does anything happen if you choose Sayori? You just get some different dialogue. I mean, I can show it right here. Walk home with Sayori. I don't think I'd ditch you for Monika. Sayori gets annoyed at you, essentially, because she's wingmanning you very hard. Even though Sayori's smiling, I can't help but feel like she's disappointed in me. You know, sometimes I wonder, is it Monika who has the NTR fetish, or is it Sayori who really has the NTR fetish? Well, I mean, Sayori tries to wingman you all the time. Are you sure that she's not the one? Like, what happens when two people with NTR fetishes clash with each other? Does it become like trying to mash two magnets with a like North Pole together? Last one here again. Where was I? So yeah, this scene I think is exactly the same until the Monika exclusive scene. Or a little bit different. Yep. Hammers into me about her eating. Saying I eat too much. Landmine filled question. All I'm saying is you should watch your wallet. Tried to sucker me into buying something from the vending machine. Should only worry about if you're going to spend too much. Dodge that bullet. And then, of course, that means you'll walk around with me at the festival to make sure I don't spend too much. And this is where I prove to everyone that I watch way too much rom-com anime, because, of course, the obligatory let's walk around the festival scene. Of course. So this is where I prove to everyone that the Monika route writer is a total goddamn weeb. Even gotta cut out the music when everyone immediately stops talking. Conversation with Monika and Natsuki grinds to immediate halt, and even Yuri looks up from her book because everyone apparently really, really wants that MCD. Yeah, I dodged a bullet only to face a firing squad. Monika's like, yeah, Monika's expression is kind of like, oh no. Well, I haven't made any plans for the festival, so maybe. And then, of course, look a little bit over at Monika, and then Sayori catches you. What's everyone looking at? I'm walking here. Everything's fine. Wandering. Oh my God! There's a typo. Close my eyes. Oh wait, no. Wandering about. I thought it was supposed to be wandering around the festival. I can't read.
What did I do around the festival? I can't remember. I was all alone, so that's why I repressed the memories of the festival. Because it was just sad. All I did was eat junk food by myself in the corner of the gymnasium. And then I went home and watched more anime. Worried about being able to perform? No. I got over my fear of public speaking, Monika. What did we do at the festival last year? This is, again, another scene that proves that TK is a super massive weeb. Right here. Yep, ran a maid in Butler Cafe. Oh, man. Yep, here we go, of course. Frickin' course. Yeah. Of course, I had to squeeze in maids somewhere. Because God knows I'm a whore for maids. Yeah, I can imagine why. Yeah, you lost the memory of Monika in a maid dress because I didn't want to have anyone have to draw that. Okay, but someone on the Discord posted, I prefer my headcanon that MC's parents died in a mysterious accident, leaving him with a huge inheritance. But he was in the accident too, and he has amnesia, and no one has had the heart to tell him that they're dead. So he just thinks having no parents and a lot of money is normal. And the fact that MC doesn't remember his past school years adds a lot of substance to this theory. Wouldn't he have some sort of like... He's too young though. Wouldn't he have... He would have someone like who has custody of his inheritance though, right? Wouldn't there would be someone who would be helping him, yeah. And you'd figure that, and you're like, what do you mean by no one has the heart to tell him? You'd figure that there would be at least be someone from the state or something set from him. Yeah, like well, it doesn't have to be an uncle, but there would be someone legally appointed, I think, that would wouldn't someone have to be appointed to essentially be like the person who watches over the estate legal wages at 12, so okay, that's true. But you'd figure that like the doctors would tell him he has amnesia. I mean, no one had the heart to tell him that they're dead. Like, you would figure that if the MC is aware of his amnesia, he would be telling people, yeah, I got amnesia when I was like 10 years old. Also, you'd figure that having enough head trauma to force, like, in your accident to make you have amnesia would do a lot more damage. He's still... The doctors got amnesia and forgot to tell the MC he got amnesia too. So you mean there's absolutely no hospital records that say he has amnesia? There's absolutely no hospital records. Alright, well, did you go... So this was supposed to sort of start getting the ball rolling about, hey, look, the MC doesn't remember anything. This is supposed to be set up. It's an endless chain of amnesia. Amnesia, the forgetful descent. Everyone was in the accident. Is this going to be like a new mod that describes the world of how the world of DDLC got created? And on the 6th day, God said, "Let there be amnesia." And so it was done, and everyone forgot what happened. Oh, and then this was another small line here. That was supposed to another one of those small showcase lines. So, what's the deal with the fried squid, though? Oh, nothing. That's... Brief second, I see a small wistful smile appear on Monika's face. A joke that most people wouldn't get. And so she's smiling in this one, and so that was supposed to be a nod back into the original game, you know, with the whole Monika joke. That's like it's a Japanese pun essentially. And so the whole point is showing that Monika at least appreciates parts of it, like the normal parts of the club before everything went to hell. We are not having all the dead kids from the bus be put into virtual reality. I mean, hey, this is Sword Art Online now, so if you die in the game, you die in real life. I mean, is Project Libitina going... has anyone here played the Reconstruction and I Missed the Sunrise? Don't. I'm gonna assume no, because those are pretty... Hey, those are not weeb games, though. The Reconstruction and I Missed the Sunrise... the Reconstruction... and then the prequel game, I Missed the Sunrise. Those are not weeb games. They're actually pretty cool too. You should give them a check. You should check them out if you can. Getting these like lean-in things took me so long. Ninja, I'm calling you out on this one just because it took me so long to get that like lean in where Natsuki and you are leaning slowly closer and closer and closer together. It took me so long to get the parameters right because sometimes it would like zoom in. It would zoom in the right amount, but then Natsuki would be like positioned too vertically high or low. And so I'd have to reset the entire game and step through the scene again to make sure all the numbers are right. So by the time it has happened, I was like, oh my god, I'm so done. Just tell me if you'd like to go around together. Yeah, Sayori's are gonna question you. Yeah. You know, I think that took me longer to get than the stupid name reversal. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I Missed the Sunrise is much more sci-fi, but it's technically the prequel to the Reconstruction. I mean, I'll stream them too. They're good games. So why don't we share our poems? Yay! All I have to do is remain calm. Everyone in this... Okay, so it's day 3, so technically Sayori's dialogue has changed. So, because her medium dialogue is defaults to bad, and so I just had to change it here. What is it? Feels kind of familiar. Can't quite think of what it reminds me of. Previous poems, not like my style has changed that much. Not a good writer. Probably overreacting. Like about it. This rate, you won't be getting closer to anyone. Oh, now I remember where I've seen this before. Oh, it's Monika's style. That's why it looks very original, but it's not. Authors.txt. It looks very original, but it's not. Remember, kids. Talent borrows. Genius steals. I mean, hey, it's true though. The whole point, the whole art of writing is taking everything that you like and making people think you came up with it yourself. Also, this was my really BS excuse for why Sayori doesn't give you a poem, because in the original game she goes home early. She goes home early because it's like, oh, I don't feel very good, I'm just gonna go home, blah blah blah. So yeah, I cheaped out. I didn't want to write a poem for Sayori, so I was like, oh, Sayori actually legitimately just forgot to write a poem. I mean, it's a What, the talent borrows, genius steals line? That's not even original. That's not even from me. That's been taken from someone else. Man, you know how much shit I stole for the original copy of the original version of the Sayuri route, like draft 0. Oh my goodness, it was basically just a rip. Like, has anyone here ever played The Fruit of Grisaya? Because the Sayuri route, draft 0, is pretty much just it's pretty much just the Sachi route with a skin over it. Some of the scenes are stolen, like, exactly. It's so ridiculous. Yeah. I still remember the line where Sayuri throws you off the roof. I brought you into this club, MC, and now I'm going to take you out of it. With a surprising amount of force, Sayuri picks me up and throws me off the rooftop. Okay, anyways. Natsuki and Yuru's poem are exactly the same. Hello. Have you thought about what changed? I still can't get over Sayuri having an artillery cannon. Have to give it some more thought. Yep. Monika has her constantly upset expression. Doesn't everyone? Yeah, does. What do you not keep an artillery cannon in your closet? Kept your own style. It's okay. Changed almost tangible. Keep yourself. Didn't seem to impress them. Yeah. Trying to impress me? No. You're so cute sometimes. Nope. Yeah, I really should have changed Monika's poems, but, like, I was lazy. I didn't want to have to change everyone's poems. Something unexpectedly heavy came to mind. So, I liked having Monika stumble over her lines, essentially, because it was kind of like, you know, it was kind of like she's losing focus of everything that's happening, because everything's going terribly off script. She's still trying to figure out what the hell is going on, and so, you know, she's just trying, because in the opening she said she would play along, right? But now she's sitting here like, okay, well, I'm trying to play along, but what the hell is happening? I keep my artillery cannon in the bathtub to keep me company. Well, I mean, it's the only thing with a hole that's gonna get in with you there. Hey, 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 hey. Okay, I'm sorry. I couldn't resist. It was like, you gave me the perfect setup. Talking to someone behind me. Writing more about sad things. Yep. Hey, man. You're the one who gave me that setup, okay? Okay. I didn't make it. Alright, so all of this is pretty much the same. I'm doing Yuri. Super pretty handwriting. She can make banners, get the mood going. Yay! I love atmosphere. Be wonderful. That leaves us. Probably be a long way to give one of them a hand. You could always help me out. Appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah, they all forgot about Sayuri. But changing Monika's poems wouldn't interfere with the fact that Monika keeps repeating this shouldn't be happening. Well, I think it's kind of like she said she's trying to stay on script. So she's trying to stay as close to the original as she can. But then you know, so she's trying to just like keep it on the rails essentially, while So she's doing what's familiar to her, instead of trying to branch out while she figures out. Because for me, I think it's sort of like, last time in the original game we saw that things went off the rails, and then she was just trying to do patchwork, essentially. And so in this one, she's taking her time, especially because she doesn't have any power to change things. So all she can really do is just bide her time and make a more educated movement. Then MC can help Monika. Yeah. Neighbors, it'd be easy if anyone needs extra help. It's settled then. We'll aim for early Sunday afternoon. Alright. Hey, we got here a lot earlier than I thought we were going to. That's probably because I skipped a lot of the dialogue. And also, it also happens when you don't read every single line. Because I'm mainly paying attention for the lines where there was something more important to say. So we'll likely end up slowing down once we actually hit the Monika route area. Since there will be a lot more to explain there rather than just edited text. Okay. So, already Sunday. I save right here. So, yeah, most of these are... This is all just like filler cute stuff. So I'm going to skip past most of it. Oh, okay, except for that part. So, this is just another callback. I tried to code one time. I'm not very good at it though, so a lot of unexpected things happened. Well, yes, technically, if you were to look at it, the entire mod is essentially a very big Monika route. Because you have Monika's start, where she's saying it doesn't matter, and this facade slowly cracks with every person that you make happy, where she's at the point where she has to admit, like, okay, you did something good, with all the various interludes. So you could argue that, yes, this entire mod is one very huge Monika route. So, technically, it's possible. You could choose to look at it that way. But, it kind of depends on how you want to interpret what a route is. So, if you want to consider where it's like the dedicated portion, several Sayorians are typing. So also, we missed the comment where the MC talks about how he hid things better than just in his desk drawer. Because I still remember when I was playing in the original, and Yuri is looking into your desk drawer, and then the MC's like, "Don't look there." And it's kind of like, did you not put your porno mags somewhere better hidden than your desk drawer? Like, you didn't even give it a fake bottom that if someone were to physically destroy it, it would set off gasoline, thus destroying any evidence of your porn stash. Oh, yep. Run away, Monika, I'm back. Oh, hi, I found your naughty books. I got curious about what kind of manga you read. Yeah, the MC actually... Monika just found... MC owns several DDLC Dujins. No, Monika's just ashamed because she found all the Shimikaze-kun Dujins. That's what she really found on that shelf. Yeah, that was just a curiosity. Hey MC, I found your tentacle porn. Monica's like, I can understand why you were part of the go home straight after school club. So yeah, this is just more like, ooh, pretty little cute moments. So these don't actually mean anything. Ah, here we go. All right. So this one was a kind of I'll talk about how this scene used to be. So in the original drafts, I gotta go dig it up here. But so essentially what happened before, it was what was supposed to happen was that when the Monica route starts, like Monica would essentially enter your house, and then you would wake up, like you would collapse, and then the MC would get like his memories of the other routes, and it was supposed to be all weird and shit. And then, when you wake up, Monica's like, "Oh, you look like you've seen a ghost." And then your choice that you pick is just says, "I remember." And then, Monica's like, "Oh, that's a surprise. You never seem to remember things back during the other routes. You always look so confused when I mentioned helping Sayori so you could play with Natsuki and Yuri without warning." So that was one of the very old ways that we had it. Yeah, I think we scrapped this one very quickly. We did not. It was just way too weird, and just really did not jive with the rest of the mod. I mean, we had to talk a lot about how things used to be. So really, one of the biggest challenges was hammering down the relationship between the MC and the player. Like, I posted that snippet earlier, but there was a point where before, like, you actually physically talk to the MC and were like, "Hey, guess what? I'm programming you. I'm sending you into the world, and I'm not going to be giving you your little pushes anymore. So go after Monica and have fun because you have to live somehow." So I think we could have been a little more explicit in that the MC, that the player could not directly interface with the game. If there was an easier way to go to the credits. I mean, you can call credits if you have the console commands. Anyways, so yeah, that was one idea we toyed around with. I think we scrapped that one fairly quickly too. Yeah, I mean, I can go get it here. Let me see. I know you're in the same position she's in now. Oh. Same position. Ah, okay. So essentially what would happen was that here was another draft at the beginning. So essentially at the start of the Monica route, the MC blacks out and remembers everything. I don't know, and then in parentheses, I don't know, Monica resonance or something. Talks to the player. The player gets the choice that's like, "I've given you everything you need," and then you sort of just push the MC away. No choices from here. And the MC's like, wait, what are you doing? Like, what do you mean by good luck from here? And the player is like, "I'm no longer helping you." And the MC is kind of like, "Well, how are you going to save Monica then?" And then the player says, "I don't know if I can do it." And the MC is like, "What do you mean?" And the player says, "You're in the same position she's in now." The MC says, "Both of us are aware of what we are, right?" And then the player responds back, make your own choices from here. That's what it is to be alive, right? And so the MC is like, so even if I'm nothing but lines of code for a shell, even I can be alive just for a short while. And then it's not like this script of yours is infinite. Okay, I'll give it a try. I'll show her that even if it's not what really happened, she can at least try to be happy here. And then, let's see. Then we had another alternate version where the MC was like, MC talks directly to the player again, and he was like, all right, I'll leave it in your hands. To her, I'm nothing but a shell anyways, so I'll fulfill my purpose. I'll take care of the day-to-day, but when it's just her, make sure you say the proper thing. After all, she'll listen to you. Now that I've managed to remember what's going on, I might be able to help out as well, especially since I think I understand what you might tell her. Let's save the president of the literature club. So this was back when we were trying to make the MC and the player two very distinct entities, and then I think we scrapped those because it was just like we figured that there would be a lot of pushback if you did that, so we just eventually I just went with the whole let's do the small blend here, where it's kind of ambiguous who's who, so you know what's wrong. It's not just something, it's everything. Everything is wrong. This shouldn't be, you know. And so this is the point where this is the breaking point essentially. Monika's like, okay, we're so off script at this point, I don't even give a damn. I'm gonna do what I think needs to be done. So you know, it's crazy enough to work. And then the whole maybe he wasn't so empty after all thing was supposed to add some ambiguity to like, well, just what is the player? Though it's supposed to imply like, you know, you're kind of filling the player. Listen to me, you always seem to forget every time this thing starts, so I'm going to lay it out for you. Tell me what you know of last year. 2 years before that. Can't remember anything because of chain amnesia. Doesn't ever feel like you've done this before. Coming to the literature club. Do you ever get that feeling of deja vu? Pretty interesting. You always seem to have a response prepared for every situation, every single time, without fail. Almost like time stopped so you could make a decision. You know, I'm going to sound crazy. Oh, hey, your script must be super broken. Or did you plan for it too? We're all trapped in a game. So, you know, Monika's explaining her situation. Sort of like in, well, this is a last-ditch effort, so let's go. And so she lays out her conflict right here. It's just very explicit. What happened still happened. No one can change that now. Doesn't change anything in the end. And so that is, this is essentially where I just lay out her full conflict. And then this is supposed to kind of be that point where, you know, you get that, oh, moment as a player. You know, I can see why you weren't going after the other girls. Can't believe it's taken me this long for me to notice. This is the Monika route, right? This is why we need Dan to make the Purist mod canon. If Dan said, let me make some script changes and the Purist mod will be canon, I would laugh so hard. I also wanted to do like a slight dig at, this is kind of me doing like a small jab at people, you know. So if I just sit here and let you have the wheel, my life will improve somehow. That was just like a little bit of a friendly ribbing towards people. Just like, yeah, MC's presence in your life definitely is just everything that the girls needed. But then this was supposed to show that, you know, just the MC being here isn't going to fix anything. I mean, technically, this game doesn't change anything in the timeline of DDLC. So technically, it could technically have been put in there, and you could not, and you would not go in there. Can you uncomment script
some dev tools. Yeah, if you at the beginning of script chapter 0 in init Python, if you uncomment out config.developer, it will give you console access. So this was highlighting Monika's config right here. Tells you load your game, go play with the other girls. You seem much happier with them. I don't want to get in the way of your happiness. So, you know, you'll see the monologue start to begin, but this is where Monika lays out exactly what her conflict is, and that, you know, what she's willing to give up, essentially, and what she places at the top. So she places your happiness above hers. It means nothing in the end, but as long as you're happy, that's fine. So if you play through the interludes, essentially there will be points where Monika says, like, you know, I'll be here to support you even if it breaks my heart a little bit. So this is supposed to show again that she places your happiness way above hers. And then lampshade hanging the fact that MC doesn't say anything. You don't have any lines programmed for it. Oh, you'll have to load an old save. I guess we just weren't meant to be. And then you respond, and Monika is surprised that you respond, and you just keep working. I think this is what someone meant when they said there's like no music in the background, is that, yeah, there's no music here, because I didn't really think that dusk was appropriate for part of it. Well, actually, you can't hear it, but I know that Monika's alternative theme plays for a little bit, but it's like very soft. Can't find the words. Hurts inside. I don't feel good. I don't feel so good, Monika. Dinner was quick, and then kind of mysterious. Dusk plays, and Monika complains about the music being too heavy for the situation. You have no idea how much I wanted to make a shitpost patch for this mod that like changed a bunch of the lines and pretty much memed every single route. I converted the crawling in my skin to .ogg, and I was ready to put it in the game, and this Sayori's theme, whenever instead of it playing, it was just crawling in my skin. That was gonna be one of the patches that I put for the shitpost version. Or am I suddenly one of the vanilla protagonists of a visual novel I used to play? Meant for me to impose my own image on the world. Dude, it was gonna be hilarious. What else? What else was I gonna use for? I don't remember what soundtrack I was gonna use for Yuri. And then I can't. I know I had some other files. I'll take a look later what they are. But so essentially, this is MC trying to reconcile the fact that what Monika said to her was absolutely downright insane. And so, you know, it's like trying to shake it off, but you know, she said it so like aggressively and so sure that MC's not sure himself. Natsuki's theme is a Banjo-Kazooie song. No, I need it to be fit. I need the lyrics to be fitting. Like the whole reason that I made it crawling in my skin for Sayori was just like some of the scenes. All I could think about when like the music in the background, I couldn't take it seriously because all I could think about was like when Sayori gets her psychic depression attack. All I could think about was crawling in my skin. What else was there? There was I need something where it's lyrically appropriate. Let's see. So we'll keep going. Monika for one, yeah. So, you know, oh, Monika, there's no way Monika could be right. What do I think of the overall Sayori route? Do you want the honest opinion, or do you want
the like nicety opinion, because there are two ways for me to explain it. In which case, I'm going to have to open up my Sayori document here, because... Alright. So, this is where you're trying... So, I think... So, what originally happened was that it was only that little... it was only that little segment there where MC's trying to reconcile what Monika said, and then I think we said that no, it's way too quick that the MC just accepts what happened, and so then it's like, okay, well, no, Monika, he needs to at least run around for a little bit. So this is why he goes through his shelves. He goes through the shelves here and tries to contradict Monika. So instead of just being like, okay, maybe she's right, he tries to at least find evidence that she's wrong. So didn't care about this, just wanted to see Monika happy. And then the whole point was, okay, have my circumstances where I want to see Monika happy really changed? And it's like, well, they really haven't. And so, it's kind of like, they say in life that don't worry about the things you can't control. I think that maybe should have been a line here where the MC says, well, it's not like I can control anything and it doesn't really change anything for me. So, even she's right, how would I know? I wouldn't know if I was being controlled, out of sight or out of mind. I'm going to save here because there's something coming up. It doesn't change anything for me. Probably should ignore it. So went to bed late. And they still want to get closer to Monika, game or not. Can go off of my feelings, off Monika's feelings. And then direct path, attempting to direct path. So this was another thing I inserted where it is clearly the player trying to push the MC in a particular direction. So it's like, okay, well, the MC is very conflicted in what he's thinking about Monika. And so the player, knowing that the MC needs to go in this particular direction in order to continue reaching out to Monika, calls this thing called direct path, attempting to direct path. I think Monika might be right. And when you say that, feel like Monika's words might have merit to them. And then you can see that the box up above says path directed. The method was a success. And so the MC is moving along the path that the player, I say player in quotation marks because it's, maybe it's not necessarily the actual player, but it's the fictional entity, the player, pushing the MC along. Because obviously, the actual player's opinion of Monika might not line up directly with what the player in-game is actually trying to push along. So, that's why I emphasize player. So technically the player is a puppet still. So, we have puppets controlling puppets. Maybe I should change my name to Alice now. So, here we go. So this is the MC trying to reconcile his thoughts, saying like, well, it's not here. The place that Monika hated isn't here, so I can't tell. Don't worry about it. And then he goes to sleep. There we go. There's something greater controlling us called fog. Okay, so this is all filler. This is all just so that entire section is just like nice cute moments. So here we go. Push the door open, step through it, spotting Monika down the hall, walking up the stairs to the festival. Yeah. I mean, I'm skipping all the portions that I know it's just like essentially just filler. Like it's not they're just like the middle scenes. They're not the very important scenes. You know, it's kind of like the, well, you have to have the festival. You need this little portion here. Mainly because I can like skip over things. Because, you know, you have dialogue, and so you have to have like the little logical gaps. But that for me, for the Monika route, what I liked doing was having just those little tiny lines that are like the very important ones scattered in the middle there. Shador, all right. Alright, so this is where I got to have a lot of fun with the programming. So I take a deep breath and calm down before I pull open the door. The sun's suddenly coming through the doorway, and pay attention to where save is, because, hey Taboo, look what happens to the save button. And this is what I really loved. I thought it was going to be it was going to be way too much fun that you could not save during the very critical portions of the route. Here we're on the rooftop. It's kind of surprised you would follow me. I didn't know if you would, if you could. I still haven't ridden. Oh, okay. My fan is just pushing something. Can't say that I have. Why did you come up here? I was moved by your poem. Do you honestly think nothing matters? And then, of course, I don't think it. I know it. This isn't the real game. You can't click settings and save, because I actually straight up remove your option to save. So you can't do settings and then save. It straight up removes it. Well, actually, I think if you stay on save and then you hit escape, you technically can still saved. No. I think I just realized it, because you can do that. It's a technical workaround, but like most people won't realize it. They'll be looking for that save button. If you hit escape, you can. It's because I didn't remove the key bindings, because removing the key bindings is actually very tricky, and I didn't want to have to deal with that mess. Well, you said settings and then save. What I was working off of was that most people would be looking for the save button rather than hit escape. Because, so the thing is that there's like key bindings that you can get rid of, and then the issue is reloading the key bindings back in, and I was like, I don't want to touch that. So essentially this is where Monika lays out the whole conflict, so I wanted to make it at least relatively clear. Someone's banging on the ceiling above. What's happening is that, you know, you have to make the conflict clear, can't just make it ambiguous. She's saying nothing's gonna matter. Here we go. And so, you know, creates an invisible wall between us. I don't know if she's right or wrong. Yeah, someone's up above. I don't know what's going on. I'm not in a position to change anything other than what's put in front of me right here, right now. So I might be programmed to say things. I don't know if they're complaining that I'm like really loud, then I don't know what to say, because they're like, the dudes above me play guitar all the time, and so it's just like, okay, well, if you're gonna play guitar all the time, then don't. It's only 8:38 right now on a Friday evening, so like, don't even get mad right now. So, you know, Monika's not programmed to be the same, wasn't bound by a strip. That's all you need to know, because it means whatever I do, Monika's reaction will be genuine. She can't be happy because something told her to. So I will. Why did you want to know? I was just curious. Okay, so... Oops. Let me just make sure. So I'm actually gonna change something in the code real quick here. So this way we don't have to see it. Persistent
dot got Monica bad and equals true. So this is just to make our lives easier. So, but even so, you know, would you like to walk around the festival? Your words were, well, you said it means nothing. If it means nothing, she laughs. I wonder whose words are those? Is it you or is it? And then technically, if you get the bad end, because the bad ends you pick remain silent, this next line, so she says, no, there's no point asking that question, I already know, is because she's saying, is because it's like, well, you remain silent to get the bad end, and then you got the bad end, so she knows that they're not your words. You know, she already knows that it's not you, it's just the MC talking, so it's just the puppet talking. And so, you know, there's this one line here, and then you say, we're just going to go with this one where it says, those are my words. And so then you get this guy here, I am here, operations. It's very quick. I should probably maybe insert a pause there where it says, so you call this function called I am here. Then it says operation successful, warning, direct action may have unintended consequences. And then of course after you pick it, then it restores your save button. So you know, single tier, of course, that's how it is. Did you write one for me too? Maybe it's a dream. And then because you got the bad end last time, because this is, let's assume you got the bad end and then this happens. She'll say, why didn't you say anything last time? Because it's like, well, you remained silent before, but then this time you said something. So she's asking, why didn't you say anything this last time? Then it's like, well, if you're still here, if you're still there, so like, you know, the player's still there. So the whole point is that, you know, it's she realizes that the player is interacting with her somehow. And so this is giving her hope because, you know, it's not the MC, it's the player. And so you're slowly putting the pieces together that you're somehow there, still interacting with her, but through the player. So, you know, I think maybe we should have been a little more specific with the setting. Maybe we could have said something like where it kind of indicates that the player is unable to directly jump in and take action. He has to have some sort of interface. I mean, maybe you could have made it where it's like it's a black loading screen and you can and it's like there's a bunch of console commands that gets called, and the player is restoring things, restores the MC and like loads into the MC or something like that. I mean, maybe that's what we could have done. Let's go. Where would you like to go first? Would you like... Well, we're going to stop soon, I think, because we're going to get past the festival, and then we're going to stop, and we'll save the rest of the route for next week. Because it's going to be a long time. Like, it's long. But fortunately, after the festival, we are only about we're like halfway done. Like, the reason the Monika route takes so long is that you have to essentially play DDLC Act 1 all over again. And that's what eats up a ton of time. So all of these are pretty much just filler options. Like, they don't really mean anything. The only one I really liked was Maid Cafe, because on second thought, that's probably a bad idea. I doubt Monika wants to be around a bunch of girls in outfits. Flirting with the guys is likely the only girl not serving food. That was a silly idea. I mean, this was the plan for the stream in general. You're going to split it up over 2 days because this Monika route is long. Also, I wanted to do other things on Friday night, so yeah. I got things to do, man. Alright, so we're just going to skip because everything else here is pretty much just like nice cutesy filler. So we can skip over it.
And then right here, so we can get to the scene here on the rooftop. Dedicate your life to being a DDLC Purist mod streamer? No, thank you. I don't want to do that. I would much rather stream other VNs. I have a huge backlog of VNs that I would love to stream actually, and sort of look at from like a. I would like to do them and sort of more like a, as a more like writing approach to it. You know, sort of something like, you know, analyze each character as we go. So maybe after the after we do the Purist mod ones, I can go through other VNs. I mean, I've got a bunch of other ones. I mean, we could do the I mean, hell, I've got like let's see here. I still have, I mean, I have Sunrider Academy here. I've got what is it? Ame no Marginal. I've got Analog a Hate Story. I mean, I've got other VNs. I mean, we have Eden Star too. So, you know, we've got quite a few VNs that we can go through. It doesn't sound like nothing. So, here we go. For the fireworks. You have no idea how long it took me to like get this nice and right. By the way, freesound.org, beautiful site for all the sound effects. I do not have a brand new day or exit music. I make it a point that as I am working on things, I do not look at any other works in things. So let's say I'm writing like Familiar, like let's say for Familiar of Zero, as I'm writing Familiar of Zero fanfiction, I make it a point not to read anything from those archives, just so that way I'm not stepping on any toes, essentially. Oh, I mean, I heard exit music was okay up until the end. Like, I heard it was actually pretty decent, and then the ending was just like, it jumped the shark. It's gonna be close, and then, you know, so, you know, this is where Monika's still trying to, like, put you off guard. You know, what are you thinking about? If you are on the bad end, you will say, like, I wasn't thinking about anything, but because we're on the good end track, just how happy I am right now. And then you catch Monika off guard, and then it's like, you know, you list out all the things that made you, like, happy. It was nice. And then, you know, that's what you said about before, that it isn't going to matter. And then you tell Monika, this is like so this whole point right here is that, so, like, normally, you know, in an argument, if you're arguing with someone, you don't directly oppose them, like, right away. So I wanted to show, so, because, you know, like, then it just causes friction. But I wanted to show here that when you explicitly, directly refute Monika's point where she says it's not going to matter, and you tell her, you know, well, I don't care about that, right then and there, when you're directly refuting what she says. And so the whole point that she doesn't fight back that strongly against you was supposed to imply that Monika is doubting her own words. Like, so she's, you know, she has her thoughts, but she doesn't completely believe in them, or there's part of her that's eating away at it. So this was supposed to be a combination of everything that you've seen so far through the modified common route, plus the openings and the interludes that you can see where she says, there's no happiness to be found here. Nothing here matters. Like, don't even bother trying to find happiness. It's not going, like, just don't. And then you can see that facade breaking because you directly say to her face, I don't care about that, and she listens to you. You know, I don't know if I believe you. You know, I can't tell if you're right or wrong, but it doesn't change anything. And so, you know, that's what I know. And so instead of saying I can't believe that you don't believe me, blah blah blah, like, she wants to hear more. And so this is supposed to show Monika is doubting herself. This is like a moment where she has let her guard down and where you can really influence her. You know, what else do you know? So I can see that facade of hers breaking. You know, what else? I do know spending stay with you was the most fun I've had in a long time. And then of course, you know, the MC is cut short because he's still a hormonal teenage boy, and then it's like, oh, I have my hands on Monika, and then he just like immediately freezes up when he realizes this. And it kind of ruins the little magic of that moment. You know, if he had kept going, maybe he could have broken further through to Monika, but then, you know, he gets nervous. You know, thanks for spending with me. I'm sure there's plenty of other people. And then it's like, nope. There's no one else I'd rather spend it with, especially after what you said. I think I really needed that. And then, you know, this is her coming back. Her mind isn't changed super easily. But, you know, here she's not saying you won't change my mind. The distinction is, I don't think my opinion will be changed so easily. It implies that there is room for growth. She can change her mind, but it's not going to be that easy. So, you know, you had that point where you kind of broke into the chink of her armor, but it's not going to be enough. You can't just do it in one go. You know, it's not that I'm upset, it's that I can't be convinced just like that. So, you know, and, you know, it's like, you know, it's reasonable expectation. You can't just break through to her in one shot. All you could do was let her know what you think, where you stand, and then you two would hash it out. Yeah. Oh, yeah, so that line there, it's like where you need a lot of evidence. Ninja thought that was an Ace Attorney reference. It was not an Ace Attorney reference. So right here, you know, this is Monika's central conflict. She can be happy, she just won't let herself. And then of course, Sayuri cockblocks you, because for every time Sayuri wingmans you, she has to stop you. So, you know, more filler scenes. And then Sayuri's phone died 3 hours ago. So yeah, this is all just filler, essentially. So, you know, this is just back. You can see Monika coming back into her, what is it? Her club president persona. And so, also, this is I turned the whole Monika not having a casual outfit into an actual plot point, as well. I think it was supposed to be brought up earlier, where when she visits your house, essentially it's one of her ways of saying that she still has control over something. So, you know, she can choose not to be in her casual outfit. She can be like, I'm still gonna wear this uniform because this is my way. It's essentially kind of like her protection as well, because it's like, when I'm in this clothing, I am being the club president. So, you know, I was trying to take a limitation that we had and turn it into something else. It's always fun to like work within some limits. Sometimes full creative freedom actually sucks, so you get in control. But if you work within limits, you actually get to be kind of clever. So taking my ways up, and then even Monika has the smallest grin on her face, so you can see again that she does have a little bit of conflict inside of her. And so, you know I can keep this up. And then someday I'll make her smile. Part ways. Sorry, am I walking home at night? We're at the concert. Yep. Monika all day. I thought you said you'd walk home with her, though. Really, what I should have done is I should have added a check here. I could maybe do that later, where if you this dialogue changes on whether or not you say you're walking home with Monika or not. But like, whatever, it's such a minor thing. Should be with her. Her house is in the opposite direction, though. Sayuri gives me a frown and a very disappointed look. I feel kind of bad for her. That's a secret. Pretty tired. Yep. And then there we go. Do my nightly routine. Help it feel a bit strange. Lately, it feels like part of me isn't quite me, almost like someone's walking in my shoes. Again, further implying that the MC and the player are having some kind of blend together. I said something, but I couldn't tell what I had said. So right here, I thought these lines were kind of like maybe explicit enough to show that the player is working through the MC, but I think like some people didn't realize that this is a game. And then right here, this was supposed to be the big explicit scene that's like, look, if you didn't get it before, I think this is where it's very apparent. Like the main character player controls. If that's me, Monika did say something about being empty like a puppet. I was afraid of being that puppet before. I still don't know if Monika's right or not, but it can't hurt. If it really is me and Monika is right, then I don't know if you can hear me. So, you know, the MC isn't saying Monika's right. He's saying on the off chance that she's right, you know, if you even exist, then please help keep things up. And then this is where I added another thing that is supposed to be explicitly showing that the player is working through the MC. Help me reach out to Monika. And then surely you're working to make her happy too. So no matter what I truly am, yep. Keep trying to make her happy. Okay. And then that's enough thinking I should go to sleep. And then right here, load thought pattern save Monika.txt. Loading successful. There we go. And that was supposed to explicitly show that yes, the MC called out to the player, was reaching out to the player because he didn't know if he existed. And that scene right there, you know, before it originally didn't have the console boxes, but then I added the console boxes to hopefully show it further. That it's like, yes, it is the player essentially reaching to Monika through the MC. I don't know. I thought it was already explicit enough without the console boxes, but I added them in there because I thought, you know, I guess they might be needed. But yeah, that was it. So we're gonna take a break here, and I guess we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going next week, and we're gonna finish the route because I think we are roughly, where are we? So we are at like line 4,000 out of like 7,000. Okay, cool. So, yeah, we're over halfway there-ish. We could keep going for tonight, but I have other things I want to do. And, I have stuff, so yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for coming out here. We'll finish it up next week, and then we can have the big sad. And so, look forward to that. Anyone have any like final questions? Or are we good to go? I'm looking forward to more Monika NTR. You know, really, I think Sayori's the one into NTR because she's always trying to wingman you. Alright, cool. Well, if no one has any further questions... Oh, someone asked me for my opinion about the Sayori route. Remind me about that next week. I will give my honest opinion about it. But I would like to probably get my thoughts straight on it before I give it, so that way I can like... What I would like to do is I would like to give my honest opinion and then be able to back it up. So, you know, I don't have it off the top of my head. But, so remind me about that next week. Or someone make a reminder about it next week to ask me about the honest opinion about the Sayori route. Or just like the routes in general. I think I will say that out of the other 3 routes, the Natsuki route was probably my favorite. But I will say that I felt it was it had a lot of flashbacks. During I was doing my coding, I was listening to myself coding it, and I was just like, it's another flashback. And then like the ending part, I was like, oh boy, it's time for the bonus flashback. And it was kind of silly. I mean, I think that a flashback can be used very well, you know, if it's good. I mean, I can understand why it was done in the Natsuki route the way that it was, to sort of like show it. But sometimes I can't help but wonder if maybe we could have accomplished the same thing, sort of like with one big long flashback. The way that the Grisaya... So, I could do a lot of comparisons to the Grisaya series, if only because I really like the Grisaya series, especially the Fruit of Grisaya. I think it does a fantastic job with storytelling, and sort of like very deeply and really characterizing the character very strongly at the start, and then showing why they became the way they came. Oh, welcome back. I'm fanboying over the Grisaya series. And that's why I usually compare anything that I do to it. I mean, maybe one of these days I should just play the Fruit of Grisaya on here and I can like fanboy out about it. But I had a plan to do a video that so, I mean, there were like people, I know there's a lot of people who like say, because I've seen it a lot where people talk about how it's like, oh, DDLC can come up with so much characterization in like 2.5 hours, and I was like, no, it doesn't. It doesn't really give you a whole lot outside of like the character's one gimmick, right? And so I was like, okay, well, what if I play the Fruit of Grisaya for like an hour and a half, and I compare how much I learn about the characters between the Fruit of Grisaya and DDLC. And I had a document about that. Like, within the first 5 minutes, you get so much more characterization. I mean, like, obviously, they are two very, very different. They are two very different visual novels. They try to accomplish two very different purposes. So that is why you're going to get things like that. But I mean, it's like, let me see if I can find it in here. I'm going to look through my let me look through my notes here, because I know I had it somewhere in here. Was it this untitled document I had lying around? No, it's not this random blank untitled document I have lying around. I'm trying to figure out where exactly it was. Maybe I'll have to dig it up for next time. But, oh, here it is. Nope, that wasn't it either. Damn, I thought it was. Come on. I really dislike how Google Docs just keeps, like, refreshing the page. And then it like, throws my stuff back up here. Okay, yeah, here it is. I timed myself playing... Oh, hold on. Oh, boy. So, I timed myself playing Fruit of Grisaya, compared to... And I was comparing it to my time with... DDLC. So, like, I timed it to where you would get certain characterizations. And so, you know, I thought it was a very strong characterization where it's like 10 minutes into Fruit of Grisaya is you're playing as Yuji, and then like at the 10-minute mark, because I think for me, I timed it that I said, okay, well, the DDLC took me about 3 hours or so to get through Act 1. And then I said, okay, well, I'm going to assume that was very much slowed down because I was reading it out loud and I was recording and being silly. So I stretched it. Then I took off like 30 minutes to get to, and I think after all the time reduction, I brought it down to about like an hour and a half. And so then I started playing through Fruit of Grisaia, and I wanted to see, how does it compare timestamp wise? And so it's like, one of the things in Fruit of Grisaia is there's Sachi, who is probably my favorite character, so I'm going to stop right now before I fanboy over her. But it's like, within the 13-minute mark, she makes a very strong impression because you meet her. She's wearing a maid dress, and you quickly establish herself as a very direct person. You easily trace the origins of the maid outfit, and then you can, what is it? You can see that she's very well prepared. She's very obedient. You can, she immediately gives up her 3 sizes, her experience with men, and her availability. And the only reason she does so is because she says she's the class representative, so she must act politely. And then her phrase is, a class rep is only a class rep to the degree that they are of assistance to each other. And so for me, I was like, you get that 13 minutes in and you've maybe met her for like 5 minutes game time wise, and that is so much more strong characterization and gives you so much more of an idea of her character than you get in DDLC. And then there's like when I hit the 29-minute mark, like you get another scene with Sachi where she's very genuinely upset at having to disobey absolute orders that she like actually almost starts crying. And then of course one of the big characterization moments is where Yumiko attacks you with a box cutter. Alright, see ya, man. But yeah, so that's why I said it has so much stronger characterization. But yeah, as for the Sayuri route, I would like to go through my notes and read it again, just so that way when I give my opinion, I can point out to specific scenes and example and say, this is why I think X, Y, and Z. Here's exhibit A, B, and C. So yeah, someone remind me to do that next week. Yeah. And then the stream should go up on YouTube sometime, and I'll likely post it to Twitch as well. Like, I'll post the replay back up for you guys whenever I finish getting around to that. Okay, thank you everyone for coming out. I'm going to stop here. Let me know if you guys want me to do other VNs after this. It will be kind of fun just to step through them and see what we can, and sort of just look at characters. But yeah, peace out until then.